Much, Madam National Secretary, for that acknowledgement. Once again, we welcome you to the University of Benin. Right here where you are seated is the Akindeko Main Auditorium. Without wasting much time, we'd like to proceed and ask that you please rise for the national anthem. Please, can we all rise for the national anthem, and we appeal that we reduce movements. The national anthem, and after that we take the Cipsson anthem.
Standing for the Cipsson anthem. Here we go. Cipsson stands for honor and dignity. We are cornerstone, building the image of the office, the embodiment of knowledge and experience. We are proud to be secretarial staff, responsibility. We are technically competent, tactful and diplomatic. With God on our side, we are marching forward. With God on our side, we are marching forward. Thank you. Let's take our seats.
Thank you very much. Once again, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the 33rd Annual National Conference and Workshop of the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. This year's conference is hosted by the great University of Benin. Great Uniben! Great Uniben! Once again, we'd like to welcome you all who have come from far and near to attend this conference. With the kind permission of Madam Vice Chancellor and members of the high table, may I now call to the microphone the National President, Mr. Nasir Yao, for his opening address. A round of applause for him, please.
Great Cipsson, great Cipsson, I'm not getting you. Great Cipsson, great Cipsson. By the grace of God, we will be getting greater and greater and greater. All protocols duly observed. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 33rd Annual National Conference and Workshop, which happens to be the maiden annual National Conference and Workshop for our dear institute, the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. This is our maiden annual national conference. This is the first time that we are having an annual national conference under the umbrella of Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. Thank you very much. An institute saddled with the responsibility to regulate the standards of knowledge, skills, and qualification of anybody who want to be called a professional. If you are not under here, it means you are what? You are the one who said it. Great Cipsson, I will not be diligent. It will not be diligent of me if I did not begin by giving thanks to the management of this great institution. In particular, the Vice Chancellor of this institution. We visited her now. It's a woman of caliber. It's a mommy. I thank God that in our profession, women are ruling. And she really showed that, yes, she is a mommy. When we came here for inauguration, we were one day, but she accepted to host us. Please help me give her a round of applause. Mommy, ably represented by Professor, please, we thank you very much. And it is in her regime that this Cipsson is actually established in this institution. So please, Mommy, ably represented by Prof, please, we are grateful. We remain grateful for Mommy. We also remain grateful to the registrar, the father of secretarial professionals. You know, if there is a mommy, there is what? If there is a mommy, there is... The registrar is a father also. But the mommy is a bigger mommy. I'm sorry, sometimes, you know, in a house, a mommy is what? Is a leader. So here, our mommy is what? And the father is who? Supporter. So we thank the mommy and the father for the great support that they give us. We actually thank the local organizing committee. See them there, most of them. We thank you very much. You really do a very great job. You don't know about us, you just get interested in us, you join us, and within a day, you say you are ready to accept us. We thank you very much for this noble opportunity that you give us to be here with you. The Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria is well happy with you. Please, we appreciate you. We are happy with you. And please kindly take it easy with us. We have people from different diversity, different places. You will see us behaving like Hausas, behaving like Yorubas, behaving like whatever. And you are Benin. You are used to a Benin style. But please try to accommodate us. Thank you very much for your kind accepting and hospitality. We really appreciate you. We thank you. These people, this team of people make this particular occasion to be very successful. A learning place, a place where we are expected to learn a lot as professionals. We are expected to listen. We have line of great people. You have been introduced to the first OTM professor in the whole Nigeria, Professor Amo. He is here to showcase his experience. Please listen to him very well. We have other presenters like Dr. Fisho, we have Dr. Ignatian, we have Dr. Mrs. Wadibia. They are all here to give you knowledge, to give you guidance, to give you what you need to excel in this particular profession. So please get engaged, listen, and get more proficient when you go back. Certainly, we have a lot of challenges in this profession. Challenges from recognition, challenges from so many other things. But what is more challenging to us is technology. Actually, every day there is a new technology, and that technology is actually affecting our performance to the extent that some people were thinking that one day secretarial profession will be out of service, but that is not so. Technology is here to help us do our job. So our institute is actually working every day to make sure that as technology is moving, we are moving with it. So by the grace of God, our institute will be very much alive, will be very much dedicated, and will be following up technology to make sure that we are up to date. In actual fact, our institute is ahead of artificial intelligence now. Please give us a round of applause. So if they have anything above artificial intelligence, we are waiting for it. So get ready to learn a lot. There are people who wrote, I saw the abstracts, they are ready to tell you, to guide you how to survive. Actually, I cannot stand anywhere unless I thank Honorable Jega, who sponsored our bill. I thank the 8th National Assembly who passed the bill. I thank the former President Muhammadu Buhari, who also assented to the bill. Actually, these three categories of arms of government make Cipsson to be a law in Nigeria, a law that establish any law you can think of. The law that established university is the law that established Cipsson. Any law you can think of, we are equal to it. So we thank them, we thank God for that. What remains now is for its implementation. We are using this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed head of civil service of the Federation, Madam Didi. Actually, she has shown that she is ready to work. We have presented our memo for her to please present it to the National Council on Establishment that will be taking place this month by the grace of God, ending of this month. So we are pleading that the NCE will incorporate the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff into the scheme of service. By the grace of God, you will hear that. You will excel. It is there. Your certificate will be recognized, same as I can, Anan, MD can. By the grace of God, we will be having directors of office technology and management in our organization. By the grace of God. So please help us to continue to pray for that. Help us to talk to whoever you feel he can assist us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May God continue to help us. Long life Nigeria, long life Cipsson, long life Uniben, that give us the opportunity to come and be here and showcase ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. National President. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate him. We can do more. Well, without taking much of our time, I want to humbly invite to the podium some of the representatives from outside the country, from co-African country. May I humbly invite Madam Rosemont Dahoyi, who is the president of the delegates of Benin Republic. And I also want to invite Mrs. Grace Kaye from Ghana. Madam Grace, please come. Madam Grace was in Nigeria last year for this same conference, and Madam Rosemond too. They were present at the last conference held in Lagos. Let me quickly recognize the presence of Madam Yvette, also from the Republic of Benin. And I also want to invite to this side of the hall Mr. Mukaila Ayena, who is the president of the Benin Republic Secretarial Students Association. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam National Secretary. I've been informed that we are streaming live. The event is being streamed live, so please, for proper coverage of this event, don't be surprised you'll be showcased or you'll be seeing yourself on CNN. So please, if you are sitting behind and there are empty seats in front of you, please just do well to occupy them so we can have a beautiful coverage. I'm sure you see yourself on the screen and you look good. Okay, please, let's occupy the empty seats in front. We'd like to specially recognize the presence of the chairman, SANU, University of Benin branch, Broderick Osera Esquire. He's in the... Yes? All right. Without wasting much time, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to bring to the microphone the chairman of this occasion and registrar of the University of Benin, Mr. Ademola Bobola, who is ably represented here today by Professor Eddie Eragbe. A round of applause for him as he takes his address.
Thank you. My full respect to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Lillian Imotiyan Salami, who is ably represented here by a colleague, a medical professor, who is the current director of the Entrepreneurial Development Program of our university. I greet you, Representative. I salute the president of this great body and the members of the executive, and of course, our keynote speakers for today. As you've been told, I'm here representing the registrar of this university, who is of course also the secretary to the council of our university, Mr. Ademola Bobola. Ordinarily, you'll be surprised, I'm sure, that a professor again is representing a registrar, thinking that ordinarily another deputy registrar or one will be here. But I'm sure that our registrar's decision to have me represent him here is closely informed by the fact that he has an idea of my resume, where for so many years here at the University of Benin, I've been privileged to head different departments as Dean of Students, Dean of my faculty, Member of Governing Council, and many other positions. So I've had the opportunity of working with administrators and secretaries. He sends his warmest regards to you and apologizes for his inability to be with you physically. As we speak now, he's on his way to meet up an appointment which was set up months ago. So it's not something that he could easily cancel. That is why he's not physically present here with you. So on his behalf, he really says he welcomes all of you, the members, the executive members, the keynote speakers, and of course, the international participants that have come to be part of this historic event and development. And that is because, as our president has just pointed out, although this is the 33rd in the meetings of this body, this is the first, the meeting, as he recognizes the Chartered Institute, which is that you are now empowered to regulate the practice and the professional. And as someone really mentioned, the president just now, is that maybe you become as strong as Metcalf, who will say if you don't register with us, you can no longer practice as a secretary in Nigeria. The fact is that as ably captured in the vision of these organizers, my guy, how far? As captured by them, there is a lot happening, especially in the technological world. As a lecturer in international studies and diplomacy, one of the subjects we deal with now is the subject of globalization. One can no longer rely on the skills, practices that we attained many years ago. It is that, like Edo State government now, they have almost digitalized the entire, they have almost digitalized the entire civil service of Edo State, which is no more papers as far as the Edo State government is concerned. An indication of where technology is taking us. We are aware of when we were using typewriters, we are aware when we are using cyclosign machines, things of that nature, how you have to use carbon, you have to read through those things. When our children see them now, they'll be doubting what they were meant for. That is how technology is moving. And that means that for relevance in the 21st century, in our profession, we must also be equipped to dispense and discharge the duties that are assigned to us. So we must congratulate the Institute for this initiative, which must be sustained so that when you now say I'm a professional secretary, people will know that there is a difference. The fact is that time gone by, the secretaries are no longer merely, they are not typists. No, they are administrators, custodians of information. And our experience has shown that if you don't have an able, dependable, as an administrator, for example, or a chief executive, if you don't have an efficient, dependable secretary, you are going to run into trouble. They are the ones that will direct you, they are the ones that will guide you, they are the ones that will keep records, which anytime you require them, they are able to provide for them, or provide them. So it's on that positive note, on behalf of our registrar, Mr. Ademola, that I sincerely welcome all of you. We thank God for your traveling mercies. Right now, it is not easy in our country to move at all. We know the security issue. God has brought you, will take you back safely. There will be no negative report concerning this conference. At the end of the day, Unimen will definitely, as it has always been, be a great host to you, and we're happy to be part of the history of your association. Thank you once again, and welcome. Thank you.
When I say that is my professor, please another round of applause for Professor Eddie Eragbe, representing the Registrar of the University of Benin. Thank you very much for that warm appreciation of his address. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, someone who is going to speak to us now, is no other than the CEO of this great institution. But please permit me, before I bring him to the microphone, to quickly acknowledge the presence of the Dean of Students, Professor Clement Ighodalo, ably represented here at this event by the Assistant Dean, Dr. Emmanuel Imariagbe. You're welcome, sir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and privilege to bring to the microphone for her address the chief host of this great conference, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Lilian Imwetiyan Salami, ably represented by Professor Ezekiel Ugiagbe. A round of applause for him, please.
Good morning, everybody. I welcome you to this conference. I'm not standing here on my own capacity. I'm just a messenger. I'm standing in the shoes of our amiable chief executive, as earlier introduced by the MC, Professor Lilian Imwetiyan Salami, the Vice Chancellor of the great University of Benin. You are welcome. So please, can we just quickly welcome ourselves in the different dialects, and also to teach us how we say welcome in the cradle of civilization. Is that not? So how do we say welcome in Hausa? Senu Dazwa. The southwest is what? Ekabo. Southeast is what? Uno. Then from south, which is Benin, the heartbeat is what? Wabuhiao. You are welcome. I can see that you people are beautifully dressed. Some are in green. Those with the green ashrebi, they are for what? Okay, the Unibers, the host. Yeah, that is my team. Great Unimen. Great Unimen. Great. What about these that are wearing the purple gowns and the hats on? They are the new fellows to be inducted. Is that not? Maybe when I grow up, I'll be like you people. You know, I'm still growing. Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria, Cipsson. Great Cipsson. Great Cipsson. Great. Without much ado, I bring you the address of our Vice Chancellor to the 33rd Annual Conference of Cipsson, holding at the Akindeku Auditorium, Ubowo Campus, starting this day, Monday, 7th of October, and is closing on the 11th of October, 2024. All protocols duly observed. I want to align myself with already established protocol. It is my pleasure to be here as the chief host of this auspicious event, marking the 33rd Annual Conference of Cipsson. It is even more heartening as it is the first time that it is being hosted by University of Benin. My warm greetings go to a distinguished guest and the keynote speakers in the persons of Professor Sebastian Amor from Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. You are welcome, sir. Professor Atoni Obeyi from Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Omudike, Abia State, as well as our lead paper presenters, Professors Victor Igbenedion and Comfort Wadiani, both of the Faculty of Education, University of Benin. All other resource persons and participants, I welcome you heartily to the great University of Benin. The association has been consistent in organizing this important annual conference for the past 33 years. with the objective of providing opportunities for all stakeholders to share knowledge and experiences and to develop through collaborations dynamic and innovative systems in educational research and development. A round of applause, please. The conference has as its themes advancing the secretarial profession to a new pinnacle in Nigeria and secretarial profession in a changing digital era, challenges and prospects. It is a timely discourse which seeks to measure up in order to help this evolving profession in the direction of development. I am confident that the topics will be eruditely handled by the erudite speakers, and it is my sincere desire that the outcomes of this conference will bring solutions that will be far-reaching in terms of policy formulation and implementation. The University of Benin is happy to host a conference of this magnitude. I believe the local organizing committee is treating every participant to the best hospitality that University of Benin is known for. I also urge you to enjoy our beautiful and serene campus and to take a tour of Benin City, which is known for its rich culture and is also known as the cradle of black civilization. This administration is committed to worthy objectives that will promote knowledge and advancement in all spheres. We will always support efforts to project our university as number one in the academic pursuit. It is my desire that this conference will prove to be a most useful occasion to better identify and evaluate the strategies that can facilitate secretarial profession in Nigeria and beyond. I appreciate the organizers and the entire team for the good work and for ensuring that this conference becomes a reality. I urge all participants to be part of the experience herein wholeheartedly, and I wish you a most successful conference. It is now my singular honor to declare this conference open.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor. With that, we have come to the main meal of today, which is the paper presentation, keynote presentations. First, we have the professor, the head of Department of Business Education, Faculty of Education, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, as our first keynote speaker for today. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, can we all, with a very warm welcome, welcome Professor Sebastian Amor for his presentation.
Thank you. Before I greet all of you, and before saying another thing, let me appreciate the moderator. For the first time, somebody called my name correctly. I wonder whether you are a tip girl, are you a tip lady from Benue State? You are a communicator. That's beautiful. I sincerely would like to stand on the established protocol so that we can save time. But let me appreciate and recognize the presence of the registrar, ably represented by a professor. I was also expecting a deputy registrar to come on board, but he's a professor. I know why you are a professor, you are overall, you are a general. Professors are generals in the university, just like in army we have also generals. So it's okay that he is here with us. Thank you, Prof, for gracing our occasion. The Vice Chancellor has left, but he's coming. I also want to recognize his presence with us. We're grateful. When I stepped into Benin, I asked, where is my friend Obaseki? Is he around? The governor. He just came back. There is one other one that on my television he appears frequently. What is his name now? He's a Labour Party man, has a beautiful advertisement. I can't remember his name again now. Olumide something. No, there's one name I call. Igbasovo something. Osaibovo. If we see him, greet him for us. I stand on the established protocol, so I don't need to go one by one. But let me welcome my professional colleagues. You are welcome for this conference. I think you need to put your hands together for yourself for coming for this great conference. My name is, don't forget to go with me in here. That's my name. My blood run secretarial studies. My blood run secretarial career. And let me start it this way. I attended a commercial college, graduated something in 1982, started work as a secretary, all along. Eventually came to ABU and served 5 university registrars. I have a colleague here. If I'm lying, maybe you corner her and say, is it true? I served 5 ABUs as a registrar as their secretary. So the thing is imbued. 5 of them. Then one day, I just got to say, is it possible that I can also become the registrar of the university? What gave me the conviction is that the job of a registrar, I learned it in the classroom. So I was qualified to be registrar. But I have to move through the ranks and files to get there. So sometimes, 2007 or so, I became senior assistant registrar of ABU Zaria. Are you with me? I want to put something in you. Nobody missing by the grace of God and go empty-handed. Because I carry testimony. Listen carefully. One day, I sat again and asked myself, registrar and the vice chancellor, which one is the best to hold? After I achieved what I was looking for, in fact, my promotion came to become PAR, that is Principal Assistant Registrar. But my mind was not there anymore. And I was looking at something. You must have something in your front. If you don't have anything in front, you will die without impact. Something was my front. I said, I can also become the vice chancellor. And it's possible. Once you have a mindset of greatness, it only depends on you to be committed, dedicated, and be serious about it. Are we together? So, 2013, while I was doing secretarial work, I was publishing journals because I asked, how could I become the vice chancellor? And I was told that the only way I could become a vice chancellor is become a professor. I said, that's very simple. Why on the seat in a very high traffic office of the registrar where all documents must pass, I was publishing. 2013, 2nd May, when I was going to academics, I had already 14 journal publications, and then I just want to be a professor. I am your colleague, that's a secretary. All my life, secretary. In fact, even when I was converted to registrar position, the SAR, I was still kept in my office that if I move, something will go wrong. I became a demigod in the office of the registrar for almost 16 years. Because I became the live wire. I will explain to you. I became the live wire of that office as the secretary. In fact, the registrar confessed and said, anytime I dash out to carry my children, it was as if somebody was going to kill him in his office. He said it. So not only wire of information, I became wire of life as a secretary. So what am I saying? You must be proud of your profession. It's a stepping ladder to greatness. Let me sincerely appreciate the president, Nasir Yaro. For a long time we have not met. We met in one occasion, I think, Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology. That's our first time. And I think when I spoke there, I mean, that is when he came to know me. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all the organizers, all of you. I'm grateful for giving me the opportunity to talk to my people. I say you are my people. Because when I moved to the Department of Business Education, you know, in that place you have accounting education, you have marketing education, and you have OTM. So I have not left you. All that I have done now is to become the teacher, to bring out my word of experience into the life of the people. Shortly after that, I put up a book. Office Secretarial Administration is coming on the way, and I know you will pick a copy. It's rich. All my years as a secretary that poured there, they were coming, the vehicle got spoiled in Abuja, but they're on the way. I think they're in Auchi now. They will get here. Make yourself good to have a copy. It will help you. Secretaries run away from minute taking because of one or two reasons, but it's there in detail, so you can have it. But let me go back to what has actually brought me. Let's look at it. Who is controlling this thing for me now? My PowerPoint. Oh, it's coming. I have, good. I have given you the preamble. I've been Secretary of Provision for so many years. As I have registrars of ABU Zaria, as a secretary, designated to a position of SAR, recently in 2013, transferred myself to ABU, Department of that. In 9 years, I became professor. Something that takes people 20, 30 years. I became the professor of OTM 9 years. 9 years. And my Oga, who is supposed to be here, who assessed me and advertised me as the first professor of OTM, has not been able to come here. My job would have simply been to give a keynote address. Touch the topics, 1, 2, 3, I hand over the microphone, but he says it's not coming, I should write a detailed paper to educate you. So secretaries, you have potentials to move. You can move. I'm one of you. Surprisingly, I got my first degree through LVT. Because, you know, if you're a good secretary, you'll not be permitted to leave your seat, isn't it? Are you talk with me? Is it true? You can't even go and leave. Is it true? I went for LVT. Long vacation training. Graduated in 1999. So not a regular class that when we're discussing, you tell me, say, there's no chance to go to school. I am an LVT product of Ahmadu University. And standing before you is the professor today of business education. Why am I telling you all this testimony? You can transform yourself. You can add value to yourself. But we'll get to where I will tell you something. So that is where we are, preamble. So let's move on. Why is the blockage there? But I was trying to introduce secretarial profession there. I say it is vital, relevant, and of course, secretarial profession is what? Indispensable. Robots cannot replace you. Artificial intelligence cannot replace you. You know why? The name says it's a what? Artificial. And you are original. There is nowhere a carbon copy is better than the original. It's not possible. Let all the scientists say it, and I'm here to prove to you that no artificial machine will be able to replace your functions and your duties. Very important. Why are we called the live wire? We are called the live wire because we are the custodians of the most important aspect in the office, which is what? Information. If you are not there, there's no information. And I did say, and even wrote, that as important as blood is to life, so is information to an office. Without information, office, administration, and management can never move. Am I saying something? And you are the custodian. Put your hand and say, I am the custodian. Without me, no information. That is why you are the live wire. If they transfer you and bring a person to take it who is incompetent, the guy will begin to knock his head. I was on sabbatical one place, and they packed all professional people and kept in the office of the dean. So we were preparing to go for promotion, and the dean was banging her head. Where are the submission that they brought? I just laughed. I asked, are you a secretary? He said no. Are you a secretary? He said no. This one, who's a secretary here? There was no secretary in the office of the dean. And the information brought for people's promotion were scattered. The dean nearly died of hypertension. Why? Because there was no secretary there. If there were a trained, competent secretary, that kind of thing wouldn't have happened. So you are very important. Artificial intelligence cannot replace you. When robot came and said, robot will remove you, computer will remove you. Have you been removed? So you are vital, you are relevant, you are what? Indispensable. That's who you are. They can't replace you. They cannot replace you. So let's move to the next slide and see how it goes. If you will help me, I will save my time here. So we're looking at the definition. Several people have given definition of secretary, even in your journals. But as the professor of secretarial profession, I gave my own. And I say, he is, what are you here? This is a concept now. I said, I define it as a one who is the backbone of his manager. You are the backbone. I was the backbone of several registrars. In fact, the first redesignation that happened, my name was removed because the man said, if you take me out of this place, he will not succeed. That's the registrar. Quote me anywhere. And I said the secretary must be what? Number one, must be knowledgeable. That's my definition. You must be what? Knowledgeable. You must have understanding. When you know something, you have the knowledge, you made another step to have good understanding, then you must have creative abilities to do your work. And then you must do what? Skills and competence, those administrative support. I want to get that. That's the definition. You must be knowledgeable, you must have understanding, you must have creative ability and skills and competencies, so that you will become genuinely the live wire. You know, we are classified as live wire. So you can't just go and sit in the front of office with emptiness. They will call you copy typist. Because one letter is full of mistakes, 10, 20. The guy will correct and go and get them to take this rubbish out of my office, transfer her out of my office. But if you are knowledgeable, if you have understanding, if you are creative in thinking, they give you to draft one single memo, you cannot do it. You have not arrived. Let's move on. Concept is over now. Where are we? Okay, the objectives of your profession. What are your objectives in that office? Look at it. Number one, you are to ascertain the information accurately and speedily generated, processed, stored, retrieved, handled, and disseminated to members of staff and claims with little supervision. That's objective. You are there as an information manager, and you should do it with little supervision. Not that until a nagging boy begin to shout at you and make you very inferior. Know what you are doing on your fingertips. That's one objective. Number two, you have to ascertain that official documents are effectively used, properly managed, and systematically stored. What am I talking about here? Good filing system. Alphabetical, alphanumerical, subject matter, chronological system, and geographical system of filing. They are numerous. Are you from the same page with me? Not that they ask you to bring one document, you are casting your head. Where was it? Is your objective to make sure that they are systematically filed for future references. That's who you are. That's who you are. Number three, assure that databases are created, effectively managed, and determine the effective organization, management, administration, meetings. You are there. It is not an untrained person to go and take minutes in the meeting. You are the one, because you are trained in the office in the school to take minutes. I teach in a university. Several secretaries called for a meeting. They will tell me my son is not feeling fine. My baby is not going to go to the hospital, sir. And the reason of their excuse is because they know that if they see that they cannot write, you are not yet a professional. Go back to school. If you are a secretary and they invite you to come and take minutes in the meeting, and all you need to do is give excuses to the hospital, excuses to the bank, you have not arrived, because it's one of your objectives. Next one. Importance. Number one, you have to provide service with speed and accuracy. Hold this point. I'm going to discuss with something from. Write it down. Even I forget, draw my attention. One of your duties, why it's important, is that your job as a secretary is with speed and with accuracy. They give you a job, I'm in a hurry, I want to catch a flight now. And all you do is baja. 10 minutes per, 20 minutes per, the test already. Simple memo is not ready. You are not yet a professional. Your boss is standing on your head to catch a flight. Less than 10 minutes, give me this. And then you begin to drag your feet. Even the one you have done, say, is full of errors. It's not error-free. You are not there yet. And remember when Contogra came to purge out the university, I was taken to one hotel and kept there so that they will use me to do the purge system. And letters were detected as standing, and I was tapping accurately. My fingers till tomorrow at 63, I can type very well, because I've grounded myself in the profession. If you woke me in the night, I will write shorthand for you. Write shorthand down. We will discuss it from. Write shorthand. Write it down. Thank God you have found a profession now. Right. You are writing number one, speed accuracy, and then write shorthand down. Jot shorthand. If I forget, say, Prof, shorthand. Now Rima will come back there. Then number two, important is that effective management of information, ensure the office procedures are strictly adhered to for smooth running. Let me tell you one story here. I left Senate building. Things have gone banana. If I were there, I would have drawn the attention. That's my job. When you are a man does not change name in the university. It's only women that change name in the university. Are we together? The reason is that you are married, so you are permitted to change your name. but no man changed names. And now the practice going on now that men are not changing names by university. So when they were complaining, I said, no, it's wrong. Nobody could remember it. There's a secretarial effect. And I was telling them that no man changes name. It's fraud. And I began to give them information. That look, if even a woman change name, you have to do what? You have to publish it in the newspaper. Cut that advert, go to court, sworn on affidavit, come and fill form, it will be approved. But now they don't know because the live wire has left. So very important. So if I were there, I would have ensured that there must strict compliance to that. Not by force or bring the cycle and say, this is seed. But now nobody. The young man took over from me was a computer operator and he stayed there. So next one, you manage your executive, you manage his time, prioritize his meetings, seminars, workshop, conference, then you do good image of your what? Organization. Secretaries don't go and sit and begin to talk against their bosses and their offices. It's unethical for you to say University of Benin is bad as a secretary is wrong. You are the image builder of your immediate boss and the chief executive advisor and the entire system where they're putting food on your table. Where they are discussing that place is bad, just leave it. Leave the place. You don't leave the place. You can't carry University of Benin and keep that, begin to butcher on the table. Put it here. It's very, very unethical. Don't do it. So it's one of your, let's move on. Okay? So we're getting proper into it now. The topic I'm addressing. We know in academics, there's always one topic in the conference. But because we're unique people, this one has even two themes. Put your hands together. It's always one. So that people bring in their views. Are you hearing me there? Are you hearing? Or my micro is making noise? You are hearing well? Good. If you call me, I can come and say I'm a teacher. If you say Prof, send her here, I will come. Should I come? Okay. So, pinnacles. When you talk about pinnacle, you're talking about step. I'm a Christian. And the Bible tells me that Jesus was taken to the pinnacle. Christian, have you read it? The highest point. So when you're talking about pinnacle, you're talking about the highest point. Where we are going. This man, help me, so that I can save this time. It's gone bad. Talking about pinnacle. That's not where I am now. I'm back. Yes. So going by this definition, pinnacles of Secretarial project connotes step-by-step movement of this important project in Nigeria to the point of greater achievement of success in terms of your duties. We are going to look at your duties. We are going to look at your education and training. We are going to look at the skills you need. We are going to look at the competencies in the physical office from the beginning. That's where we are going. Tap us a little, not sleep. I'm a teacher. No, we are teaching a class using the eyes of a student, whether they are understanding or not. And that's just what I'm doing. So that's where we are. So that's how we're going to look at it. We are in the fiscal office environment in Nigeria now. This is the pinnacle we are now. But we're moving. So what was our duty is covered, but I can see filing, I can see faxing, I can see duplicating, receiving and attending to visitors, answering phone calls, preparing itineraries. What is itineraries? The movement of your boss, and what now? Keeping in press, if any, preparing tea and running errands for the manager. In the past, that was our duty. That was our first pinnacle, isn't it? You know, if you are able to get my paper, the profession was traced back when man was created. That's where I started. As long as man was on earth, that was the beginning of secretarial profession. As long as man could speak and talk, writing also came on board. As long as writing came on board, secretarial profession commenced immediately. Then we talk about when it was documented in 1880. That's when it was probably documented. But I don't want to saddle with that kind of story. It's in the paper I've submitted. I just want to start tracing us from 1980 to 2030. 50 years ahead now. That's why I want to trace our pinnacle now, our step-by-step movement. From 1980, that time, I think I graduated 81, but I became secretary. So let me start where I also started practicing, to 2030. Then we'll get there. So in 2018, that's where we are. What was our qualification there? No, take me back to 1980s to 1990s. Listen very well. These were your duties. In the past, when some of those who were not born, in the 80s, do you understand? What was the training that time? We'll carry our typewriters on our head to go and write Royal Society of Art, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. That's what happened in those days. And then you must go to pass your time that 60 words stroke 120 words per how many minutes? That's where we are. That's where we are. If you don't know it, once they call for interview, are you a secretary? Yes, sit down with your notepad. You write. If you cannot write shorthand, don't dream of becoming a secretary at all. It's not now that everything will be watered down, but I have to jot something down. We'll discuss it later. So that was our education. And then we had challenge at that time. They said secretarial provision was made for unintelligent people because you didn't attend grammar school. You can't go to university. They say it's for underachievers. They are for dropout that they can go and do secretarial. We had all manners of names in that time, 1980s to 1990. What was the skill required? We require shorthand and typewriting at the speed of 6 or 120 per word. That was the skill. That was the skill. That was skill we needed. What were the competencies? How to attend to research without fighting them. Don't get angry with them. And then you receive, what was the training then? You are running too far. I never asked you to go. I'm presenting to Santelli by as well. So it's not only me. So where are we now? Shorthand. Now, let me finish that shorthand aspect. Let me tell you something. Why is shorthand dying? I will open it up and give it to your discussant to discuss it. Shorthand dies. It's not because shorthand is irrelevant. It's not. The dead are almost buried of shorthand is not because it's irrelevant. No. It's because you don't use it. It's because other people felt it's difficult. We can't do it. Since the days of my school were always 15. I went to ATABU Kano 15. Up to now I graduate 15. At times 9. Shorthand is not obsolete. It's not. Those who go to defend at AUC, I don't know them. But they say, structural shorthand is obsolete. They make big mistake. And I will explain to you. If this is the only thing you can achieve here, shorthand is an instrument in the hand of one person. Who is the person? The secretary. Shorthand is not important to the vice chancellor. Shorthand is not important to the registrar. Shorthand is not important to the bursar. No. Shorthand is not important to a HOD or the dean. No. Shorthand is an instrument in your hand to achieve speed and accuracy. It's for you to achieve it. So whatever you can do to achieve it, you should have it. Now, if one time my wife kitchen, there are digital equipment to shred onions for me. I'm an old man, but I like Indomie. My wife will shred the tomatoes, shred onion raw, then put the sheet on the indomie. What's the sheet? The eggs. And then put. I eat it. The time neighbor carrying light, your light is good. Come to say and say what light is. When there's no light, my wife go back to one sharp knife. I begin to cut tomato for me for indomie. What is the knife representing? Short hand. The knife, the analog knife in my wife's kitchen is replacing the analog short hand. Now, if there is no cutlass, if there's no knife, and I want to eat indomie, and there's no light, how would my wife give me indomie to eat? She will use her nails to pieces it. So you can see the position of shorthand. Now let me give you another analogy. In certain meeting of ABU, I was there. And the people said, shorthand is irrelevant. They went there with devices to take note at the council meeting. They were taping the thing. At the end of the day, there was fault they never knew. When they came to develop minutes, the machine never recorded anything. The saving grace a little they were quoted was because the register at the Secretarial Council made some jots on his notepad. That was covered them, but some of them were quoted. Now supposing you know shorthand and you are taking minutes, why the devices is recording and you're also jotting shorthand? I sit in church today and I see write shorthand as my note taking my shorthand. My boss died. Ikpe Young taught me. I think Brown is from this university. Ikpe Young from here. Examine me. So that's what we do with shorthand. It's all obsolete. The thing is that the people who know it, AUC may not involve them. AUC may erroneously involve those who are afraid of it. Those who don't even have knowledge. It says outdated. Remove it. At a point, I heard, I don't know whether I'm true because as a professor you don't talk anyhow now, but I heard that even OTM was removed until Cipsson brought it back. Is it true? It was removed. Look at you. AUC sit one place. Remove your course. That these people, as great as you are, has no meaning. That's our country. They don't look for professionals. They look for people who will do their biddings and get it flushed out. And it's wrong. Your course, AUC, at one time, remove it. Say at SC level, let there be accounting and marketing. Before, it was accounting and secretarial studies. But now because of entrepreneurship, they say remove OTM, bring in marketing and accounting. So if fight has not been put, it means all of you have no hope. Charter is relevant to you. It's because you are afraid to practice it. Let me drop it and remove. Let's go. Let's go to the next one. 1990 to 2000. What were your duties? Record management, time management for executive. You are playing advisory role to the manager. Ensure that all procedures are strictly adhered to for smooth running of the organization. At this point, you know we have been advancing now. There's no tea preparation here. Do you see preparing tea here? We have graduated from preparing tea and running errand. There is God in heaven. God did. I serve one man. As old as I will call me, Amor, come and do tea for my visitors. With speed, I will prepare tea. But my eyes were far. And I became professor before him. The same university. I tell you the truth. Just have something in your front. You must be seeing something in your front. If your front is empty, no impact. But there must be something in your front. I've not gotten there, but I'm on my way. And I don't see any bastard demon that can kill me. It's not born. So, that's where we are. Education and training for secretaries. You see it now. No more RSA, no more LCC, London Chamber of Commerce, but see where we are starting. National Diploma, NCE, HND, BSc, Secretarial Administration has come on board. Another pinnacle. We are moving. If you are not in this category and you are here, say, I will change. Your least qualification should be National Diploma in Secretarial Studies. Move to NCE, Secretarial Studies. Have a HND or BSc, Secretarial Administration. We are moving to another pinnacle. Now look at skill, shorthand and word processing at this time too. Very important. Because it's your analog device in your hand to do your accuracy and speed. You have never had it. When your boss coming from a journey, he remembers something. Pick up his phone, call the secretary, write this memo for me before I arrive. How will you do? You on your phone to tap his voice? You can tap. So as soon as you are tapping and the battery off, what will you do? And the man has detected and forgot that you have touched everything. While you are tapping his voice to come and write a simple memo for him, the battery gone down. But if you engage the two with a notepad, let me drop something again with you. On no account should your boss call you and you swing your hand and say, Oga, I don't come. Very unprofessional. Oga, they call me, I go, I come. Then you go stand, Oga, I don't come. Very unprofessional. Every process secretary carry a notepad with a pen. So that whatever you jot, you don't forget it. You can easily forget it. And they'll call you all manners of names. Incompetent, you are a fool, transferred of a computer piece. So to avoid this digression, go with your notepad and of course with a pen. If you can't write shorthand, at least jot the points. But it's advisable to write in shorthand. So when you come, you don't need to translate it to longhand verse. Just mount your computer and begin to manipulate your fingers in shorthand. Don't let it go. After all, our distinction from secretary and computer operator has been that shorthand. Now you remember we're the same. We're actually the same. They are coming on board. They will join us. Tap this, my daughter. Say, don't sleep. Don't sleep. This is a very serious matter. So that because you pay money for this, go home with it. God bless you. Thank you. God bless this lady. God bless you. You were born twins. Thank you. Next one. Next one. Competence required. Planning, organizing, managing meetings, and order to assign by the manager is your duty. You have to plan for the meeting. Where is the man taking me to? You have to organize it. They are not the same words, they're different. If you waited before, you have to plan wedding. You know how to organize wedding. Then you know how to manage it. It's like that. So you manage it. This is the competence at this time. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm close to finishing. In 2010, if you notice it, I'm giving the pinnacle in 10 years. If you're a good secretary, you should drop your mind that this thing decades, one decade on that, one decade on that for 5 decades. So that we'll get to the top where we are going. Now, if we come to this pinnacle here, what will be your job now? The machine blocked that one. See what I was saying? This is digital now. See what it's doing? So digital can never replace you. If I bring in my paper now, you will see this kind of thing. But the thing is there. So you operate and troubleshoot. New office technologies, the register hit my mind straight. And I celebrated him. You understand? Coordinate administrative activities, store, retrieve, and integrate information for dissemination to staff and client. The duties are advancing as well. They are not when they started. You are moving to the next pinnacle. Education, NCE, HND, BS, MSc. Are you seeing it? And what? PhD in office administration. I saw one of my members say he had just graduated with a PhD. What is him? I shook hands with him. You know why? I may forget. You know why you are not respected? You don't have academic qualification. You don't have it. That's why everyone when they say secretary, because you don't go to school. When I was a second, I put my name tag. NC, you know, we in education. NC is a high qualification for us. No matter where we go, we don't drop it. NC, B.Ed, M.Ed, PhD. So lecturer cannot enter my office and look down on me. No, what you have, I have. It's only choice. It's only choice now. You choose to teach, I choose to sit here. Choice. Go to school. So what are you? So you can have PhD. Now what is key required at this platform of this pinnacle? You be versatile in office technologies and information system. You have to be versatile here. I had secretaries who retired without know how to play computer. It's a C in this profession. It's a C. If you are a secretary and you cannot even do simple Microsoft Word, you have sinned against God in this profession. You cannot even open one simple email, you have sinned against God. So see, as a secretary, you can't boot a computer. Even one program, Microsoft Word, that's as easy as ABC, you can't. There's a problem. Because at this pinnacle, you are expected to be versatile in office technologies and information systems. Competence. No taking at the meeting. That's why we call of you now. Because after having those qualifications, they will not take you for a ride anymore. When they call for a meeting, they will invite you. There's something to my spirit that I had an agreement with my registrar. I wanted to redesignate. And they said, because I have education background, I will not become registrar. I said, but you are biology education, and you are the registrar. He said, so I left the place. When it became fight, I left. Because I felt that I'm more relevant in office than a biologist being the registrar. And that's my stand tomorrow. Because I read about me taking from NC1 to NC3. I read about me taking from first degree to the end. I wrote books about meaning taking. And the duties of the registrar and co, with due respect, is about meaning on the files and taking meanings at the meeting. That is what I learned in the class. You came with a biology background. There's one that came with physics. There's one that came with chemistry. And an administration. I told him, with due respect, sir, you have to approve this thing because I'm more relevant. He said, I'm Bakaba. I don't want to hear about that one. So when it became fight, I withdrew myself and left. I don't want to fight my boss. But today I bypassed the registrar. I'm heading to another place. And he's alive to see me move. That's why it's not good to pray for your enemies to die. Let them watch to see how God moves you. I prepare table in the midst of your enemy. Okay? Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Give me this. Where are we now? We finish this pinnacle. Let's go to the next pinnacle. Another pinnacle. 2010s. Where are you? Okay, maybe it's inside. Digital is closing inside. My minute, bro. 5 more minutes. Okay. See it. This is the next one. Skill is using digital communication, interpersonal communication. So let's move. Let's move. They say my time has finished. Let's go to, this is the next one. This is new pinnacle in Nigeria. This is a new pinnacle we are going. It is going to be no more physical office environment. Globally. New, office environment is finishing. Is finishing. It has become virtual and paperless. That is where we are going. That is where we are going. That is where we're going. The new pinnacle is virtual office, no paper. No paper. No paper. So what do you need here? Let's move on. What do you need here? Good. See your duty at this pinnacle. You are going to control human resources, control workflow, virtual meeting organization, internet research, desktop publishing, website maintenance. These are the new duties at the new Pinnacle we are going. Registrar told you. He never saw this, but he has told you. So this is where we are meeting. Let's go to education and move on. Let's see. I want to even leave before my 5 minutes. So, what do we do? What are the ways? Go to the ways. Move on. Now, to meet this, your training must change. You have to make a deal with training. You have to divert a little and get a degree in law, get a degree in public administration to what? Advance your horizon. Advance. Why do something different from Secretarial? Because you are the reservoir of what? Of information. Go and do degree in law. Go and do degree in public administration. Even you can do accounting and still remain a secretary. You'll be respected. So these are training skills that you expect. Expertise, office softwares, internet search, blah blah, proficiency in sophisticated software program, effective and efficient in handling of all social media platform. Meetings now, Instagram, meetings head, web conferencing, several of them. If you don't want to go school about this, call your children. This is their age. They will teach you how to hold meeting at Instagram web conferencing. This distant thing. Are you hearing me? So what you should do. Let's move to the next one. This is about efficiency now. No, competencies. Interpersonal communication, communicate well, use knowledge and credibility to initiate methodologies to handle administrative matters with little or no supervision, develop positive mental behavior, develop good rapport with employers, colleagues, and society. You know, some of you serve in VC's office. Madam say, "Okay, see him." It's not correct now. Madam say, anybody who come today must not see him. You should apply diplomacy. Today you are there. Tomorrow. So I should tell them. So these are the skills. The following are the challenges that we face in this profession. There is no prestige in it. Low honor. Low. If they say Secretarial, forget, we know them, they are nobody. That's what we are suffering now. Low prestige. If it were academics, this whole fool. Low prestige. Then we are suffering it. Another challenge, unwillingness to add value. Some of our members say, I am retiring very soon. I have my grandchildren. I don't have time to waste again to go to school. So they are not willing to add value again. So it's a challenge. Inadequate qualified secretary professionals in the field. We don't have professionals again because everybody has run away from shorthand. So we produce very few, at least the north that I know, very few. So those who are taking our profession now are those who have degree in English and they can operate computer. They are becoming secretaries now. And peers. So that's our problem. Then the issue of change of cadre is another thing we are saying it. Are we together? Change of cadre is low precision in leave and become where our pastor will greet me and bend down. They can bend down for you if you also have degrees. So people are moving. They can't stay here. I move into one, but then I'll come back to teach you. So I'm staying inside it. Let's go. Conclusion. The paper concludes that this conclusion about Cipsson. Look at them. Now with Cipsson, let's see what Cipsson should do. Go to recommendation. See what we are recommending. Your program in Cipsson should tally with the demands of the employers in office. What do they need secretaries to do? That will be your program to train my colleagues. Liaise with employers of labor, find out the skill they need, come down and drop a program and train my people. Number two, your members should aspire to expand their horizon by possessing a high degree, encourage them to go to school. Encourage them. Minimum. You know, in the accounting profession, before you become an accounting officer, is a minimum of first degree, and you start on grade level 7. Minimum. That's why I can't be respected, because of degree. For you to come into an accounting officer in the university, you must have first degree. Even if you have third class, they give you a secretary cadre. If that third class, they give you what? Executive cadre. Executive cadre they will give you. So have a degree. Encourage them to have degree. HND, degree, minimum. They will remove that low prestige. Nigeria is about degree. It's about degree. Number 4, institutions will have to put in college education to find solution to acute shortage of students into OTM. In the north, there's scarcity there. I can't talk about the southwest. But where I came from, it's a problem. It's a problem. They still pursue career progression. President, the reason why people are leaving you to join other cadre is that you terminate at a certain level. Because they want to retire with big pension. So they will leave. University setting maybe join level 13, isn't it? What? 13. They stop. Oh, some 14, isn't it? APU is still 13. Chief Secretarial. But I want to encourage you sincerely. Pursue this thing. Let's also get to the top. That is the only way. Anyone who knows that he will serve and get to level 13 and retire will not think about changing cadre. Let's go. Is that all? This will solve the rule of what? Cadre change. That's all, isn't it? That's all. Thank you so much for listening. I am going to be around, and you ask me questions. I'm not in a hurry to leave. You have found, by the grace of God, the man that God has made the first professor in this field.
Thank you, sir. Please, he deserves a standing ovation. Another round of applause for our lecturer, our keynote lecturer for today, Professor Sebastian Amor. That was a brilliant lecture. I'm sure something has been stirred up in you to do more. All right. If you love that lecture, once again, celebrate him one more time. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. I'd like to quickly call on Dr. Folorunso Isaac, a retired chief lecturer from the Federal Polytechnic Ede, for his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great Cipsson. Whenever we are here, we are for professional work, not academics this time around. So we will be doing this job professionally. Our prof has said it all. He has said it all. All we need to do is just to summarize. I just want to say that some school of thought believe that secretarial profession started from heaven. Not even when human beings started coming. Because the Bible says, let us make man in our own image. And that is a statement directly. And somebody recorded that statement. That person who recorded that statement was believed to be a secretarial staff. Thereafter, we have prophets, twins, and to have one of you who is, we describe him, interestingly, he's here. I'm not saying it because he's here, but he has done so well. I was just discussing with the representative of the chairman, you know, happens to be the angel room of student affairs. He's a custodian of knowledge, and I shared with him, there have been times when I acted for the dean, and when matters, is presented, I seek for his opinion, because I know for sure it is not about the position, it's about what you have in the inside of you. Because you can take a decision, you can review an issue without knowing the in-depth of what that issue is about. And someone is just right there with you who has greater understanding and greater knowledge, about what you are about to do. So he has been a very great ally to us, and we hold him in great esteem. That's Mr. Nicholas Ogeva. Please, can you stand up for recognition? We appreciate him in student affairs, and by extension, because of what he has done with us, we want to appreciate every member of Cipsson, and we look forward to you putting the very best of your training, very best of your experience in working with other administrators. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Would like to now bring to the microphone, just before I call on the chairman of SANU, Uniben branch, may I quickly recognize the presence of the chairman and NUPA Uniben branch and Deputy Registrar Faculty Officer for Law, Mr. Macaulay Enato. You're welcome, sir. Is he still around? Thank you for coming. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I now bring to the microphone for his goodwill message, Mr. Broderick Osewa, Chairman, SANU Uniben branch. A round of applause for him, please.
Great Cipsson. Greatest of the greatest Cipsson. Greatest SANU. All protocol duly observed. I want to tell you that I'm very happy to be here. We've always looked forward to upward mobility of our members. SANU, as a union, has always encouraged our members to improve professionally and academically. And the great University of Benin, and with the present management led by Professor Mrs. Lillian Salami, has always opened windows for members to thrive. I won't want to take much of your time. We will recall that when there was a need to fill the gap in academics, in Uniben, they had to look towards SANU. And a lot of our members, because of the encouragement of the union, already had PhDs, and they properly fit into that. And today, in terms of professionalism, I want to thank the national body for bringing this conference to University of Benin. And I know you are not going to be disappointed. This is the center of black civilization. And I want to urge you, outside the deliberations, to go around, feel Benin, feel our culture. And on a last note, I wish you an exhilarating time and exciting experience in this conference. Oba Atokbe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Sanu Uniben Branch. All right, he's a true Benin man, a true son of the soil. And so for those of us who did not understand what he just said, I know that we have diverse audience, members of audience here. In Benin, our king is truly king. And so we always say, Oba Atokbe, Ise, and then your response will be Ise. That means, long live the king. So when you go home, if there's nothing you can take away from this conference, please go home with Oba Atokbe. Thank you very much. It's been a very exciting and a very beautiful time. We've had wonderful moments here. The chairman of the occasion sets the ball rolling by that wonderful address. And we've had a very inspiring lecture by our keynote speaker today. Do you agree with me that it's been a very, very beautiful time well spent here today? All right, please celebrate yourselves one more time. Thank you very much. The next on the item for today now is the launching of the 2025 calendar of Cipsson. May I now call on the National Secretary of this great institute to take over this section. Please, a round of applause for her.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. Registrar, sir. Thank you, sir. Other distinguished members of the high table, let me quickly inform you, sir, that annually, as a tradition of Cipsson, we publish calendar. And in the calendar, you have virtually branches. So many number of branches ably are represented there just to showcase our national coverage. So at this moment, we usually have the calendar launched before we start using it and reckoning with it in our daily activities. You see the calendar you are having it with you. I want to humbly request you, sir, to please open the floor on behalf of the chairman to launch this calendar and let others to go ahead and launch the calendar. Thank you very much.
The president of our great association, other distinguished members, I think that one of the things we have learned in terms of representation is to make sure it's the message you are sent that you deliver. Implications on matters of launching, definitely. Be assured that I will refer your matter to the chairman and the registrar, and being a man of honor, I believe he's going to do the needful. This calendar looks, as you have said, very beautiful, and it's for 2025, and that means you're already praying for us, that all of us will get to 2025 in the name of Jesus our Lord. And also to advise, I was chairman of our Uniben Press at a time, that try and see how many copies of this you can circulate across the country, because it's part of the advert for your association. Somebody walking into my office, which one is this? This is this, and all of that. So try and see how some copies can get to others. So on behalf of the registrar, like I have said, I'm giving you my word. I will communicate with him, and he will communicate with you in terms of what we'll be using to launch it. Congratulations on this. Thank you, and God bless you. Okay.
I think in a matter like this, you say protocol already established. I'm also here representing the Dean. The rest assured, I'll pass the information to him as well. Thank you.
Okay, to me? What are we doing? Okay, to launch the calendar. Okay. If I give you a word now, I may be cheating my professionals. You understand? I don't want to give you something on there before, but I'll go with the chairman. Thank you.
Okay. I am not retiree per se. I am a patron of Cipsson, Bamidele Olumilua, University of Education, Ikere Ekiti, formerly College of Education Ikere. I want to say that once their picture is in this calendar, I will buy for them for the sum of 20,000 naira.
Thank you.
Well, as the umbrella body, we've already deliberated in my ESCO when we got the invitation. What I will do, I will take this back, that there was an added information about launching of a calendar. So what will happen is, whatever the ESCO approves will be sent along with the financial assistance that we already approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great, Sanu. Great, Sanu. Well, we appreciate all for our promises and for the goodwill. May God continue to bless you all and continue to be with you all. Great, Cipsson. The launching is going to continue tomorrow by the special grace of God. As you know, the tradition, all branches are expected to launch the calendar. So please warm up. By tomorrow, God's grace, after the lead paper presentation, branches all over the country present are going to launch the calendar. Well, the next item on the agenda is the induction. These are men and women of the moment. You can see them dignified in their regalia, the Cipsson fellow muffler, the caps, and whatever. And they also have this beautiful handbag, courtesy of Cipsson. We are going to have the induction. This is the first time we are going to have the induction of Cipsson carried out during the opening ceremony of our conference, and it's going to continue and continue and continue forevermore. So please, let's appreciate Cipsson. Yeah. So for today's induction, we have 63 inductees who have paid their dues to the Institute. Let me tell you, it's not easy to get to this level. For you to have attained this level in your professional career, it means you have invested so much into that profession. Please, let's appreciate our 63 inductees. There are so many other fellows, but they need to come for induction. If you have a fellow, you have not done your induction, of course, you will not be captured into the board of fellows of the Institute. I'm happy to inform you today that this set of fellows, they are going to be the first set of fellows of Cipsson. You can go back to the act and check. Board of Fellows is one of the statutory boards of the institute. And let me tell you, they are more or less the kingmakers of this institute. Oh, that's the truth of the matter. Oh. From today on, they will find themselves on a platform called Fellows of Cipsson. Let's congratulate them, please. So I have this list. The National Executive Council will also host these sets of fellows with a dinner party at a time that will be announced to us before we leave University of Benin. So there's going to be a dinner party for you guys. You have invested so much, you have paid your dues. Now you are being expected to now put in intellectual knowledge, more input in terms of knowledge, share knowledge, think about so many things that can really buttress the cause of secretarial profession in Nigeria. You are in a new stage of your professionalism. Thank you very much. On behalf of the National Executive Council and the Governing Council of Cipsson, I announce the following members who are paid their dues and become fellows of the institute. Ajaibumi Elizabeth, Imoru Ruth Mofoluwasho, Akinagbeolu Yinka Abolore, Ogunmakide Janet Lade, Akimoladu Oluwakemi Amoke, Akintokunbo Dupe Ore Tomi, Ariyo Patience Foluke, Oladeji Catherine Bosede, Israel Omolayo Abigail Olukemi, Oladeji Oludunsi Comfort, Johnson Helen Olabisi Durotolu, Aremu Folashade Moturayo, Kuboye Olajumoke Yetunde, Adeju Igbe Olubunmi Adenike, Akoni Folakemi Oluwatoyin, Babalola Toluwa She, Bobola Grace Kehinde, Nwachukwu Ufeyiwa Janice, Ngbole Mary Charles, Fortune Odochimerem, sorry, I'm not pronouncing it well, Obuba Bessie Egu, Chukwu James Iyang, Nwakwo Rachel Chimakpam, Tony Chikere Maureen, Dirisu Pauline Ekpemi, Ijuwe Comfort Ojufa, Arikuwandu Sympathy Ogechukwu, Abdulaziz Khadija Bolaji, Daju Ishaku, John Daniel, Apali Obiora Augustine, Aminu Garba Isa, Ogbonna Christiana Chinyere, Adebeshi Kehinde Mujib, Adebeshi Tarakau Tidowu, Adiola Kabirat Abiola, Akibo Mary Ann Oluyemisi, Akiyemi Afolashade Asinuke, Ali Adebeshi Fumilayo Adetutu, Ayowa Augustine, Babalola Esther Oluyemisi, Bafunsho Agnes Olufumilayo, Bangboye Christiana Oluyemisi, Bashiru Morenike Oluwatoyin, Elufidodo Caroline Uluma, Eriosho Taiwo Olubumi, Joseph Margaret Bolale, Obagufi Agnes Olufunke, Ojo Christiana Oluwabumi, Olarewaju Musiat Adebumi, Olugbogi Victoria Temisayo, Sonny Ganiat Oluyemisi, Shobola Adejoke Omotunde, Shoetan Adesoke Anike, Tony Toki Janet Oluseyi, Giwa Rodiat Titilayo Aduni, Tawose Babajide Olabomi Olawole, Adeyemo Tolulope Abimbola, Dr. Moses Osagunwero, Abubakar Alima Fumilola Oyade, Baje Peter Jasa, Nuhu Suleiman Makarfi, Ikeagu Grace Lewechi. Mr. President, Cipsson, I present to you 63 inductees for the grade of Fellow of the Great this institute for induction. Thank you.
Great Cipsson. Great Cipsson. Thank you, very much. This is the first time in the history of this association that we are inducting members. We have this mandate because we are now chartered. So that chartered gave us the liberty to induct. We are starting with our fellows, the leaders. These are the people who will give us guidance. They are the people who will lead us. They merit this because they have been with us, some of them 25 years, some of them 30 years, some of them, the minimum is just 10 years. So they merited it. They have been following us anywhere we are, contributing in one way or the other, making sure that they fed their subscriptions annually, educating our members, so they deserve it. That is why they are being compared with this esteemed grade of our institute, because they are the highest. As the National Secretary said, they are the first, but they are not the last. This will continue. Next year, by the grace of God, will be another set. Another year, it will be another set. So work toward that, please, to see that you become a fellow. So by this, I want to administer the oath of the exalted position of a fellow. Please read when I read, please. As I read, follow me. I, having been elected as a fellow of Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria, do hereby pledge that as a professional secretary, I will stand in my honor and dignity, put service above self, and will stand as a cornerstone to build the image of the office in a more efficient and more economical way. I commit myself as a representative of the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria to the Institute ideals and its core values of professionalism and public service. I will practice my profession responsibly, with integrity and dignity, which are consistent with its values, ethical principles, ethical standards, and shall be just and fair to all. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and the traditions of the secretarial profession. I dedicate myself to a lifetime learning, practicing and advancing the secretarial profession. I shall by my behavior and performance set examples that other members will be proud to follow. I will support and defend the acts and bylaws of the Institute and I shall keep the ideals and good name of my institute in my mind.
I shall be in the ideal and the judgment of my mind.
In all that I do in office and out of office.
All that I do in office and out of office.
I pledge to hold myself to the highest standard of the profession
I pledge to the highest standard of the profession
and to seek excellence in all aspects of my responsibilities.
and to seek for excellence for my responsibilities.
I will conduct myself with integrity,
I will conduct myself with integrity,
honesty,
honesty,
and selflessness,
selflessness,
and continue to maintain the dignity and respect of my profession.
and continue to dignity and respect of my profession.
I voluntarily take these oaths on my honor.
I voluntarily take this oath on my honor.
Thank you very much. We pray that you will abide by these principles anywhere you are. You are a representative of our institute. If you go out of this, remember that you are tarnishing the image of our profession. You are highly welcome to the exalted position of a fellow. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I'm sure they are, because it's the president that gave me their names.
Maybe you call this woman from Ghana first. Okay. She can speak English better. Okay. This Grace.
Congratulations, fellows of the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. Great Cipsson. By the special grace of God, come next year, I expect to see more of our Uniben people being inducted as fellows as well. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Thank you. Please, can we have some quiet? Please. Ladies and gentlemen, please, the program is still on. Let's reserve all the pleasantries till after the end of the program. I want to introduce someone else for remarks. No, it's not lecture. A good way from Ghana and Benin. All right, while the inductees are receiving the presidential handshake, may I quickly call on the national president from Ghana, Ms. Grace Kaye, for her brief remarks, please. All the way from Ghana. Also, after Ms. Grace from Ghana, will take remarks from the president, also from Benin Republic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we do that quietly, please may I welcome Rosemond Dahil, representative of the President, Federation of Professional Secretaries and Executive Assistants from the Federation of Africa. Please, can I have Ms. Rosemond for her brief remarks? The representative of the President's Federation of Professional Secretaries and Executive Assistants from Benin Republic. Congratulations to the fellows of the Institute. Please do that quietly and let's go back to our seats. Would appreciate that you please return to your seats so we can proceed with the program. Please return to your seats. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome to the family of fellows of the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. Would like you to please quietly take your seats so we can proceed with the program. After the program, there will be time for pleasantries, exchanging pleasantries and group photographs. Representative of the President, Federation of Professional Secretaries and Executive Assistants, all the way from Benin Republic. So please take the microphone. We'd like to say a big thank you, congratulations to all the fellows that have been inducted today. We do hope that this is the beginning of greater things to happen for the institutes. Once again, we thank you all for your patience. It's been the 33rd Annual National Conference. While we await the remarks by the President from Benin Republic. Please, can we give her a round of applause all the way from Benin Republic? Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Chairman, members, good morning. All protocol respected. I am Madame Rosemond Dawi, the National President of Benin Secretarial Association. I'm here this morning to deliver the speech and the greeting of the Federal Presidents of the Federal Association of all associations of secretary and professionals. Then I was telling you, I will have in the first time to deliver the speech of the federal presidents on behalf of FAPROSADS. And in the second time, I will deliver the speech of Benin Association. Thank you for listening. FAPROSADS is an African federation of secretarial professionals and assistant managers created in 2018. Not 2018. It is created in order to face the challenges of the secretaries, especially during this digital era. As you know, technology is progressing and we have to update our knowledge. Then that FAPROSADS or that federal associations is there to help all associations to update the knowledge of their members. That is the great mean of FAPROSADS. FAPROSAD is also there to help members to value their professions. Together, and we can do many things so as not to allow the appearance of a secretary profession. As you know, artificial intelligence comes and is progressing. If we, our secretaries, we don't update our knowledge, will be a dangerous risk. In the name of Madame Josephine Zenge, the Federal President of FAPROSAD, I'm congratulating all of you. And I'm wishing you a good success for this Congress. Now, the speech of Benin. Benin Association of Secretarial Professionals is not a surprise at all by your intelligence. You are great men and women. You are big, and professionally speaking, we are trying your best to update your knowledge. For this reason, all the members of Benin Association are congratulating you. And on my behalf, exactly like the Federal President of FAPROSAD, wish you a good success. We are also wishing you a good success for this marvelous, for this wonderful Congress. We are enjoying a new dawn at ABEPS. At ABEPS, what happened? What we do is to be united. And our motto is your loyalty, professionalism, and innovation. Our slogan, I don't know how to say slogan in English, but we usually say, united, we stand. United, we stand. United we stand, and divided we fall. Yes. What I'm asking you now, it is to be united at all the times in all domains. When people are united, they don't never fall. But if we are not united, we will fall. That things or that assertion is that of Nkwame Nkrumah, and we at ABEPS, we like very much that assertion. United we stand, divided we fall. Good Congress to you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, chair members of this Congress. Thank you very much for inviting us. It's a good pleasure for us to be here to represent Benin at your side. As you know, you are brothers and sisters, and we have to sustain each other. That is the reason why we don't be praised before coming here to sustain this activity. Thank you very much once more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. How do you say thank you in Benin?
Merci.
Merci, merci.
And I can add merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
All right.
Thank you, merci only. But thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, merci beaucoup. Let's tell her, merci beaucoup. All right, thank you very much. We had the representatives of the President, Federation of Professional Secretaries and Executive Assistants, all the way from Benin Republic. It is now my honor to bring also the National President from Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome from Ghana, Grace Kaye. Say Akwaba. Akwaba.
Okay, for correction, my surname is K, not Kaye. All right. I'm very pleased and excited to be amongst you. It's my second time in Nigeria. The first time was an invitation to Lagos, Ayaba. I'm very much excited to be with you. To start with, I would like to greet everyone. Good afternoon. It's afternoon, right? Also, so good afternoon. To the executives of Cipsson, the honorable invited guests, honorable members and organizers of the Univers Conference, I send greetings, warm greetings from Ghana, the land of gold, your sister country. So, on behalf of the entire executive and members of the Administrative Professionals Association of Ghana, we congratulate Cipsson for its great achievement to be chartered and to witness today's special induction, the beautiful ceremony of inducting fellowship members. It's a pleasure to hear and listen to the keynote speakers. I have learned a lot, and whatever we are come to share, it is to share with our fellow colleagues who wish to have been here, but due to other programs, they couldn't join me. So on behalf of all those who were desirous to be here, we said thank you. We're going to send them the pictures, and you could see me run around because I wanted to share with them the excitement and what is going on so that we learn from you. We do it in Ghana, and we invite you too. So with the University of Benin chapter, you look beautiful, great in your green. Congratulations for setting up this beautiful honor. I believe that we are going to enjoy our stay here. And as I was taught, correct me, Oba Atukpe, long live the king, long live great Uniband, long live Cipsson. Cipsson! Cipsson! So I wish to congratulate you once again, and we look forward to larger and bigger members. Please support the executives and the fellowship members. Well done. Keep on rocking, Cipsson. Cipsson! Cipsson! Okay, happy anniversary and conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love your energy, ma. Okay, I've been asked to announce that there'll be a cocktail at the banquet hall by 5:30 p.m. All right, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful time at the opening ceremony of the 33rd Annual National Conference of the Chartered Institute of Professional Secretarial Staff of Nigeria. We'll quickly call on members of the high table to please step forward for a group photograph. Members of the high table, please step forward for a group photograph. After the photograph, we'll call on the latest, the newly inducted fellows of the institutes to join them. After that, we'll take the closing prayers in form of the last stanza of the national anthem, and thereafter we'll declare the event closed, and then followed by group photograph after now. It's been a wonderful time, and it has been my pleasure being the anchor of this opening ceremony. My name is Ehisume Eriamiatoy, Mrs. Please, the cocktail, I've been told, is by 5 p.m. at the banquet hall. We'll have a group photograph. Members of the high table, please spread out. After the escorts photograph, I would hold on, please, fellows, please hold. the state president, chapter president, why will you be missing in action? The indefatigable chairman of the Uniben branch, chairman LOC, Mr. Bello Jeremiah, the one who has done with his team. Please celebrate him. Yes, he has done so well. We congratulate you and all members of the local organizing committee for a job well done. Indeed, it has been a success. Ladies and gentlemen, as the lady on the mic, I have the singular honor and privilege to join the photograph. Sorry. Great Cipsson. Great Cipsson. The lecturer talked about social media. Please hashtag Cipsson Uniben 2024. Hashtag Cipsson Uniben 2024. If you're on Facebook, please do that. Hashtag Cipsson Uniben 2024. All right, we'll call on the fellows to please come up stage and join them. Let's make that snappy. Fellows, please come up stage. Let's do that quickly. The prestigious fellow of the Institute. Please, I've been told that there's enough refreshments to go around. Please, after the national anthem, just remain seated where you are. Remain seated where you are, and then they will serve you your lunch. Please don't go away after the program. Remain seated and your lunch will be served right where you are. Thank you very much for your cooperation. I think we would have to do this after the close of the program, since the photograph is taking so much time. Please just remain where you are. Let's officially close the program. Fellows, please don't go outside yet. Let's officially close the program and then we can proceed with the photograph, please. All right, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for coming to University of Benin. I hope that the land Benin has been nice to you. We pray that your stay in Benin will be a worthwhile stay. On that note, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please can we all rise for the closing prayers in place of the national, as we take the last stanza of the national anthem.
Shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. It is our battle honor, and this we count as gain. To heaven, to our children, a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant peace our one request. Help us to
Greatest Uniben. Greatest Cipsson. Great Nigeria. Cipsson 2024. Thank you very much. On that note, we call it a wrap for the opening ceremony. God bless you and do have a wonderful time. My friends.
Grace Cipsson, please sit down where you are so that they can serve you your food.